Well, hello.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. You want to go ahead and post my opening? I got it on present.
I was going to ask you. That's why it is the one. Len has his own opening, and I wanted to play it for you, but I wanted to make sure it was okay with him. So here we go.
All right, everybody. Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Len Dorman, the host of the Southern Fried Paranormal Podcast. We, of course, have got some guests on tonight, and I'm going to bring them out in just a second. I don't have a whole lot to say tonight. I've been busy. Today's been a long day for me, including about a 2-hour, 3-hour nap. I was physically tired. As we were talking about earlier, I'm still working here in the studio. The rest of the house needs some work on it. I'm having to do it myself instead of having somebody else come in and do it for me. So I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off today. But we are going to come in now and continue with our show. And I believe let's go ahead and throw up the picture, the banner, and that's what we're going to talk about tonight. Right there. And I'm talking about them teaming up with SPIRE Paranormal and the Double Dick Tour, I guess. Well, I'm not sure what that is. We'll find out what that's all about. But this is SPIRE Paranormal, Levin, and Mike Alsip. And let's bring them on to the show right now.
Hey, Len.
How's it going, guys?
Good.
So,
Mike, you there?
Mike,
I'm
hello.
having issues hearing you.
Uh-oh.
No, okay.
Well, I guess we'll
Yeah, I can't hear anything.
Huh.
You might want to try exiting and coming back in and see if that works. Gremlins.
I'm texting him right now.
Okay. Because Ed, I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, I can hear you fine. Actually, I can hear him fine too. But technical difficulties happen.
Yes, I was on a show last night. That's what Gwen and I were talking about a little bit earlier. It was a Unlimited Disaster.
Mm.
The co-host of the show could not log on to either Restream, StreamYard, or Facebook Live.
Yeah. That's
Check
weird.
your messages, Mike. Check your messages. I'm trying to help him. Check your messages. There he goes. Okay, guys. Hopefully it'll go
All right.
back right. Hopefully.
So, yeah, and of course the funny thing is I'm a DJ. First of all,
Can you hear me now? Again.
Yeah,
I can hear you.
Can you
Yes.
hear us? All right. I guess he'll come back again. I'm a DJ. I've been a DJ for 30 years, and I have technical difficulties with sound and stuff like that all the time. And I mean, sometimes you just gotta push on through and keep going. And of course, anytime we deal with the paranormal, we're always having issues with batteries and things like that. Mike, can you hear us now?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right.
All right. Like I said, Gremlins.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Yeah, issues with batteries and microphones too. So,
Okay.
but yeah, some strange reason it just cut me off.
Hey,
Riz is in. Oh, hello,
Hi,
Riz.
Rez.
But I don't know. Maybe it's the ghosts at your house causing havoc there, Mike.
It might be. It very well could be. I've had an uninvited one that keeps popping in, and I'm trying to find out who it is. Yeah, I need to put up a ward. Yeah.
On my weekly investigation I do here, I'm having a prisoner come in. He identifies himself as prisoner. I don't know. Huh?
Ass prisoner?
As prisoner. That's what he calls himself. And it's about all he says, prisoner.
Wow.
We have a prison not too far away. It's over the next county. It's, obviously, it's a state lockup.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I don't know if he died in that prison or what. He probably asking for his inmate number. That would be fabulous if I asked for an inmate number and got at least the correct number of numbers for an inmate number. Of course, I don't even know what the correct number is. I don't know how many numbers the inmate number has. 7, 8 at least, probably.
Yeah, I don't know.
I never know. You might end up with a phone number.
Yeah. But it's always interesting when you start opening up a communications device at home. I've had issues of spirits roaming around the house and wanting to leave via the internet and walking up to the wrong computer.
Yeah.
Trying to jump into the screen of the wrong computer and realize that I've got the only computer that's actually on it, and having to walk into another room and letting them go through my connection and just getting out of their way for a minute.
I can't test out equipment here because my house is like a paranormal dead zone.
Mine was till I started opening up the Echo Box on a weekly basis, and all of a sudden it went from dead zone to a medium warm. It's not like anything like New Orleans or some other places like that.
Yeah, the first house we lived in when we were first married, we had 2 spirits in it, and they caused a little bit of havoc. And ever since then, when we moved into this house here, My wife has decided to ward the house, heavily ward the house, so nothing gets in and gets out. So it's very peaceful around here.
Oh, okay. The only thing we had before was a residual walkthrough. This used to be hunting ground. Where I live on kind of the top of a hill that's on a part of a ridge, the kind of an up and down hill area. It's kind of a ridge. Probably used to be close to the edge of the Arkansas River because I live by the longest bayou on the planet, about a half mile away, and that used to be where the Arkansas River flowed.
Okay,
but about 25,000 years ago, it changed its course to where it is presently. And left the gorge, and of course it filled in, became a bayou. And it starts off in Pine Bluff and flows all the way down to a large lake that's about in the middle of of Louisiana, which includes the river because it kind of flows into that river.
Yeah.
But and this used to be all hunting area. My house was built in '85. Before that, there was only a couple of people living in this area, and most people had little hunting lodges. I got an old hunting lodge just 100 yards from where I'm sitting.
Okay.
Nice.
So you're in Louisiana then?
No, I'm in the southeast Arkansas. I'm close. I'm only about maybe an hour 20 away from the border.
Okay.
Going the speed limit. Had to go through several Arkansas towns, so it kind of delays your transport.
Yeah. Okay.
But I am quite close to Louisiana, and about the same since I'm in the Mississippi River Valley and a combination of the old Arkansas River Valley. Even on this hill, I'm only maybe 70 feet over sea level.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're both actually in Illinois. I saw the intro that you had there, and of course I've been to Bachelor's Grove a couple of times, and of course a bunch of other things around here. So
I kind of de-haunted it for everybody. Sorry.
Yeah, it did seem like it was a little bit peaceful when I was there the last time. There was actually there was some ruins, or not ruins, but runic symbols. Somebody drew on the fence post.
Oh wow!
In there. But from what I understand, it's not actually the cemetery that's got all the activity. It's actually the land around the cemetery.
Very correct. There was a native village. Have you ever crossed the creek and walked the trails the other side of the creek?
I did walk the trails somewhat. It was in the middle of July, and of course, it was very warm, and there were a lot of mosquitoes. And I decided
very grown up.
Yeah, so I was actually Mike and I were actually talking about going back either this month or next month when the mosquitoes are not as active and it's a little bit cooler out.
If you want to examine the two old ruins that's on the path, go in March or April. A first decent day you have in the spring, like I said, late March, first part of April, before it's grown up. And then you can really see some of the walls. And one is just, it's got a well, don't fall in it. I don't recommend going because you got to walk right. The path goes right by the well.
Okay.
It also goes right by the house. There's only just a few inches of dirt between you and an old wall of a house. So it's right there. But in July and August, you can walk right by it. You don't see it because it's so grown up. And right now, it's really grown up. And even so, it'd be winter before that foliage dies back down. That's why I say go in the spring. And then you keep on walking the path, you'll pass another foundation that's got it's got a little bit more wall showing up. And it's also got a round silo base.
Okay.
And that's interesting.
All right, Mike. So we got a schedule in March to go back to Bachelor's Grove.
Let's go.
Right.
Okay. When you go there, don't worry about meters.
Mm-hmm.
I've only seen a male tick, and I say tick, not flash. It just ticked for about a half a second once. I saw a K2 light the lowest light once. So don't bother carrying meters.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you
when
go,
we were
go in
there,
there, carry a spirit box and a camera.
Yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, when we were there, we set out our REM pods and stuff like that, and nothing went off. I think it went off like once or twice, and that was about it.
You rarely get anything.
Yeah.
And you think people would say, well, it's got 2 cell phone towers right there within a quarter mile. So you think the meters would go absolutely nuts with false positives. And that's what you'd get. But you don't. It's kind of amazing.
Yeah.
And when you go in there, go straight across. There's a well-worn path, and they're keeping it cut down now, which is another reason it's less haunted now than it used to be. Go straight till you see where a tree's been cut down on your right.
Mm-hmm.
And you see a couple of odd-shaped stones. One of them's got the Patrick name on it. Right there in front of that cut-down tree is where the Patrick plot is. It's the second largest plot in the cemetery.
Okay. That's inside the cemetery?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that one. So the cemetery itself, actually, they keep it real nice and mowed now.
Yes, they do.
So
Between me and the county, it's a lot less haunted. It's a lot less creepy looking than it used to be because, well, what they did, they start cutting it down so people couldn't hide in there at night.
yeah.
They're trying to end the vandalism and the decorating with gang signs, all the tombstones.
Yeah.
Now the Patrick stone is one of the most populous too, because at 88 they took about half the bodies out when they closed the cemetery.
Oh, okay.
That's only
Where'd
a
they
1
put
acre
'em?
cemetery. Well, they called the family members and they said,
Okay.
we're closing the cemetery. If you want to move your family member to a real cemetery, one that's upkept, come get them. But it was on them. The county wasn't going to give you a dime. This is Cook County we're talking about.
Yeah. We
To-
know.
to move the bodies. And about 88, 89, they moved over 200 bodies out of that cemetery.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Now,
Well, that
there's
would
a little bit over.
explain. That would explain why there aren't a whole lot of tombstones in there now.
Right. A lot of the tombstones, they took the tombstones away and put them on the new graves in active cemeteries.
Well, a lot of the grave sites are located in the woods, from what I understand, and a lot of the tombstones were either vandalized, damaged, or removed and sitting in somebody's garden.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of them got stolen.
Yeah.
The
Back in the
stone
50s.
was somewhere the white lady was sitting.
Mhm.
That is not the proper place for a stone. There is no grave there.
No kidding.
Somebody a couple of decades ago tried to steal that stone. That's as far as they got. And there's no recorded evidence of where it's supposed to be.
Okay.
Or a couple of years, my last couple of years in Chicago, which is over 9 years now, almost 10. I've been down here.
Mm-hmm.
They were trying to find the place for it so they could put it back where it kind of belonged. But they couldn't find a place for it. They couldn't find any photographic evidence of where that stone used to be.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it just sits there approximately the same place where the white lady was taken. And the day I got it dehaunted, I found out who the white lady was.
Well,
You saw a
do
little
tell.
bit of that. You said that you saw a little bit of that in the intro.
Mm-hmm.
That is Amelia Patrick Humphrey.
Oh,
The reason she's still there, you remember a minute ago I said the Patrick plot was probably one of the most populous plots.
yes.
There's still 6 or 7 people buried in the Patrick plot. there were no Patricks and no Humphreys in Cook County available to move those bodies. So they are still there.
Oh,
The reason Amelia came back to the cemetery and used to come in there about dusk every night. From her grave is actually about 5 miles away.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Was to get her daughter and get her out of there before the evil spirits came in. Because the daughter was buried 11 months and 4 days after she was born.
Yeah.
And so she could not move. But I managed to get contact with her, and she followed me home a couple of times, and she learned how to move herself. So I told them, I said, look, why are you hanging around this dark, dank cemetery now? You can both move. Go see the world. Neither one of you traveled a whole lot. Go see the world. And
There you go.
I think she's just traveling. I didn't try to move her on. She didn't really want to move on. But that could change. But as far as I know, she is still traveling the world. She will only answer when her name's called to Dale Kasmerick, who took the original Lady on the Stone Foot. But it was actually Judy Huff, but it was Dale Kasmerick's group.
Okay.
Huh. Interesting.
So that's a lot of the story. Very interesting story. It took me about 2.5 years to figure all that out. The only reason I figured it out is because I got into the Humphrey house several times, took a picture of John Humphrey and Amelia Patrick's wedding photo, which was taken in 1863 when they got married. Libby May Humphrey died, like I said, 11 months and 4 days old in 1865. The reason she's buried in Baxter's Grove is because the town that John Humphrey, who was state senator at the time, the most powerful, he for several decades was the most powerful man in Cook County outside the city of Chicago.
Okay.
Wow.
And he was having an affair with his secretary time he got elected.
Yeah, sounds like a Chicago politician.
And so Amelia never had a happy married life. It was a loveless marriage. It was arranged. The Patricks had a little bit of money, a little bit of property. The Humphreys had a little bit of property. Now they just be average people. Just owning a home and a couple of horses. But back then, you own a home, you own a couple of acres, and you had 2 or 3 horses. You were a rich man.
Yeah.
And it was arranged marriage between their parents. He played around with the secretary until Amelia died. And he 6 months later married the secretary.
Okay.
And moved her into Humphrey house. I'm one of 2 real investigators that got in there. There was 3. I don't call him a real investigator. I'm not going to name his name, mainly because I do not remember his last name. That's how forgetful this guy was. He was in the paranormal to get women. He in fact was thrown out of 2 or 3 paranormal groups because he was trying to sleep with every female in the group.
That's a weird way to get women.
Yeah.
It worked for him. I've seen it work for other people, or at least people trying.
All righty.
And the other guy, he was paying for a house, paying for his wife a new car, him a new car. And when they had a baby born, you know how that goes. There goes your expensive paranormal hobby.
Right.
Yep.
So he's out of it right now. So I'm the only person still in the paranormal that's ever investigated inside the Humphrey house.
Okay.
Wow.
And when I lined up the 2 photos side by side, she is wearing the same polka dot dress as her wedding picture. As usual, female ghosts appear in their wedding dresses. And hers had large dots on it. Can't tell what color it is because the photography was still in its beginning stages.
Yeah.
In 1863. the Civil War is what got photography to what it kind of is today. And so in 1863, they had the very beginnings of cameras. And showed you how kind of powerful he was. He was able to get a photographer in there and managed to sit still long enough to have a picture taken.
Yeah.
And John does not like me. You've been investigating how long? Yeah.
I've been investigating just a little bit over 10 years.
And Mike, how long?
Almost 3 years.
Okay. Well,
Ed
both of you
recruited me
know
for the team. Yeah.
Okay. Both of you know about trigger optics. I don't have to explain that.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So what I did, I wanted to pick up a trigger object out of John's bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
So he had his real top hat, beaver skin, stovepipe looking like Abe Lincoln. Because John was only about 5'2". He had the Chihuahua syndrome of short men.
Yeah.
So he wore the hat to make him look bigger, more powerful, and taller. Well, his original hat was sitting there on the bed.
Oh wow!
I put it on, and not for 5 minutes. I wore it for over an hour.
Mm.
And I'm 5'9", so he did not appreciate me wearing the hat because at 5'9", I look like Abraham Lincoln walking around. It was kind of funny.
He would hate me then because I'm 6'4".
Yeah, he would hate you. John actually partially appeared in front of me in his bedroom with me with his hat on, trying to scare me. Figured I'd get nervous, scream, walk out, and do something. And that doesn't work with me.
No.
So Amelia thought this was hilarious. She of course got downwind of it. She knew it happened, and that's when she started telling me about all this. She admitted to me and to Dale Kazmarek independently, I was not there, that she was the lady sitting on the stone.
Oh wow!
Okay. So we actually
is that house still available to investigate?
No, that house was open for a museum.
Mm-hmm.
One Sunday of each month, and they've kind of closed it down. The Historical Society locally shut it down. I think the guy who used to keep it open every Sunday didn't want to bother with it anymore or whatever, but they shut it down, and you can't even get in there for a tour anymore.
Wow!
And that investigation I did at night was a one-off. That's why I say I'm the only one still in the paranormal who's ever done it. Because there was originally 3 of us.
Okay.
And we managed to get in there. I'm not even sure how we did it, but it's one of those accidental investigations. Oh, we're going to the Humphrey house. Okay, I'm game.
Yeah.
And that's how that ended up. Now, if you go in there, go to the Patrick Stone, do you have any kind of sound maker?
Yeah.
Okay, where they can touch it and it makes a sound. Try that. Ask Libby May to play with it.
Oh, okay.
And if you ask, because she still sometimes comes in there to play. If you ask for Amelia, she might come. No guarantees.
Okay. All right.
But you can try it.
Good to know. So, speaking of old houses.
Yes.
The event that we're doing, that you put up our poster for, we're actually going to be.
We're going to throw it back up for us again.
Yeah, it's the Double Dead Tour is what we're calling it. In conjunction with Graveside Paranormal Tours is sponsoring us for this one, and we're going to be at 2 locations in Watseka, Illinois. Watseka, Illinois is it's just south of Kankakee. In the early 1900s, I guess there was a pretty good spiritualist contingent there, and one of the families that lived there was the Roth family, Asia Roth. You've heard of it?
Been there.
Okay, so he had his daughter Mary started channeling spirits. They put her into an asylum. She unfortunately died at a very young age, and and then another family across town, their daughter Laurency Venom, she started channeling Mary, and I guess Mary took over her body and lived in her body for, I think it was 8 months. And she lived with the Roths. They asked her all kinds of questions, and, she was answering questions that only somebody from the family would know. And she was answering those. So, she was there for about 8 months, and then Mary let go of the body, and Laurency came back and was like, why am I here? And so on and so forth. The Roth mansion is still very, very active, and it actually operates as a bed and breakfast. And the house was built with the purpose of communicating with spirits. So that's the first location that we're going to be at on Halloween night. The second location that we're going to be at is the old courthouse museum. So the original courthouse in the county, and it is also our team is actually the first team to do a full-on investigation in this building. It was very active. We've only barely scratched the surface.
Wow. Now, how far apart are these two locations?
They're about 5 minutes from each other.
Okay.
One of the prominent spirits there, actually, Mike, why don't you tell about Martin?
One of the individuals, he was a prisoner down in the museum. It was also an old courthouse, and it had a jail cell. And that was Martin Mira. And this is around the 1870s, where he, for some reason, unbeknownst to a lot of people, he snake whipped and killed his son, buried him on the property, and he went into town to let everybody know, where's my son? Have you seen my son? So for about a month, everybody was looking for Martin Mira's son. The belief is that his daughter is the one that let the sheriff know, and they found out. They went to the jail, they grabbed him, and they were so angry they were going to have a good old-fashioned lynching. They literally turned it into a picnic. They brought him out. Yeah, they brought him out to a tree. They have the rope all set and ready. They had a band playing. Pictures were being taken, and then they hung him. Now, the interesting thing is that the rope that they hung Martin Mira with is sitting, it's framed inside the jail cell where he stayed.
Mm-hmm.
So while we were there, I had to tell that story. I was off a little bit, but he was very angry with me. So he gave me a very difficult time. Called me all kinds of names. Yeah.
We had a spirit box in the jail cell there. We call it our Elliot box. It was created by our friend Elliot from ACG Paranormal, and we had that box sitting in there, and he was just sitting there. Every time Mike would walk in there, calling him, a rat bastard, and telling him to duck and run, and he's going to kick his ass. But when the ladies would come in, he'd flirt with them, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And then I happened to have a snake whip, which I had curled up on the table next to the spirit box with one of those motion activated cat balls next to it, and that cat ball never stopped blinking.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, he even told me, I want to kill you. I'm gonna kill you. I'm like, holy moly. But by the end of the day, he said, please stop. It was around 4:00, and I said, Martin, you want me to stop telling your story? He said, yes. I said, okay, Martin, I'll stop telling your story. And then he said, thank you. And then it just calmed down. So I'm like, well, that's good. I was concerned about leaving and having this spirit all riled up to affect anybody else that would come into the building. So he calmed down, thankfully.
We've also encountered spirits of soldiers. They have a room that's set up with all kinds of war artifacts from everything from the Civil War on up to the Gulf War. So we encountered spirits of soldiers in that room. We've encountered the spirit of a judge in the old courtroom. We actually spent the night sleeping in the old courtroom, and if you go on our Facebook page, I've got a video of us in there from when we were sleeping, and there's a very clear Class A EVP of somebody saying hello in the middle of the night while we were all sleeping.
Wow.
Yeah. There's a couple of other prisoner ghosts down in the basement. There's a residual of a bride down there. Also at the far end in the basement, there's a medical room. So we've encountered some spirits of doctors and nurses down in there. Just the whole room, the whole place is active. There's a vault that when you open up the vault, it's like walking into pudding. There's just the spiritual energy inside this vault is because that's where all the artifacts are that they haven't put out on display yet. And just the energy in that place is just crazy. Mm-hmm. There's a room that with a table in it. We've got one of those 30-foot tripwires. We put it around that table while we were sitting there trying to do a spirit box session, and the lights just kept flashing like a Christmas tree on this.
Wow.
Thing. So basically on Halloween night, you can buy tickets still. There's still plenty of tickets left. $120. You get Mike and I are going to divide our team into two. I'm going to take one team. We're going to start off at the Roth House. Mike's going to take the other team and start off at the courthouse. And then around 11 o'clock at night, we're going to swap locations. So for $120, you get to come out. We'll do a quick tour of each location, and you get to spend the whole night investigating these two amazing properties.
But all night.
All night.
Wow. And two locations for $120 per person.
And here's the kicker. And we just found out about this just within the last month. The great-granddaughter of Lorenzi Venom is going to be there, along with a couple of her cousins.
Oh, I love human objects, trigger objects.
Right.
Because a trigger object's one thing, like I was doing with the hat. Mm-hmm. But if you've got a human being you can use as a trigger object, you've got an amazing asset.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we had that snake whip down in the jail cell, and that was an amazing trigger object for that location. Mm-hmm. But like you said, having a relative there, actually having 5 relatives there is going to be. I can't wait to see what kind of activity we get in the Roth House.
That's going to be very exciting.
Right, and our team medium, Chrissy, is going to be on location at the Roth House too.
Mm-hmm. Now, remember, I don't know if I think I mentioned this to you. I'm going to be doing a show live Halloween.
Yes.
If you got internet in neither one of these locations or both, I'll send you a link, and you can drop in at your convenience.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I would love to check in with you. Let you know how it's going.
Hey, you don't have to sit there and carry an hour show. You got things to do.
Right.
You just drop in. Maybe when you're going back and forth between locations, or if you want to throw up a few minutes of your investigation, fine with me. Whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, we'll check in. But $120, 2 locations. There'll be pizza. So, that's a plus.
Yep.
I am actually going to be wearing my Victorian era suit and top hat. Well,
I got to get you on the show now. we have to see that.
Yeah. I've got a leather top hat that I made myself. That I'll be wearing, and then my Victorian era suit. So we'll see if that helps spike a little bit of activity as well.
You being in that suit is worth the price of admission.
There you go. So
I appreciate y'all show up. For just for a few minutes. Now, where can people buy these tickets?
So if you go to Graveside Paranormal's Facebook page and website, there's links there to buy the tickets. We've also got links on our Facebook page. Just basically look up Graveside Paranormal. Neil Gibbons, Gibby, he's got all kinds of activities and events going on all month long. This Sunday, he's got the seance, which will actually be at the Watsika. They'll be showing a pre-screening of the documentary that him and Diet Renee and Larry Eisler III made at the Roth House. They're doing a screening of that at the courthouse this coming Sunday. So they're selling tickets for that. They've got cemetery tours all over the south side of Chicago. He's got so many, great haunted activities and tours and things going on this month. You can. Some of them are during the week, some of them are on the weekends. There's all kinds of stuff that they've got planned right now through his website and Facebook page.
So he's just got a great big paranormal buffet going on in October.
He absolutely
Definitely.
does. Absolutely does. And we're very thankful that he decided to partner with us for the Double Dead tour and doing both the Roth House and the courthouse. And we're super excited for the opportunity to bring these locations to anybody who wants to come out and join us.
Wow. That's amazing. Of course, you are going to be leading the tours.
Right.
And I'm assuming you're going to bring the family members on the tour.
Right. And we're going to have all of our equipment out there. So if if you have your own equipment to investigate with, great. If you don't, we'll have our equipment out there. You can use one of our spirit boxes or K2 meters or whatever. So we'll have equipment at both locations that you can use. We'll have some of our cameras going, but we probably won't bring out all the cameras that like we normally do on an investigation. Just because there's just too much going on for us to, to be manning cameras all over the place.
We encourage you guys take pictures and film. Take out your phones, take pictures, take as many pictures as you want. It's got a voice recorder on most phones. You can do your own EVP sessions. We 100% encourage you guys to do that, to get involved.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Take pictures, take video. Share them to our Facebook page. Share them to the Graveside Paranormal Facebook page. We'd love to see what kind of stuff you guys capture.
I would say one thing to these people who are just getting started: you don't have to have $1,000 worth of equipment to get started. But bring if you got your phone, of course you got a very accurate clock and timer on your phone. Bring you a clipboard. Bring you a pen, a couple of pens in case one fails, and a flashlight. Right. Bring a $2 flashlight, $1 or so for a clipboard, and a big pen.
One of the best pieces of paranormal equipment that I have is I've got a bunch of these mini mag lights, and the ghosts love turning those things on and off. $8 flashlight.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Asking yes or no questions with an $8 flashlight.
And you can always go get a flashlight that's red or green instead of white and blinding everybody.
Right.
So folks, if you want to get to the paranormal and have a good time, you can go very, very cheap. And if you have the reason I say clock on your phone, if you have something happen, you hear a voice, you get an EVP. You have a cold spot was recorded in this room at this time, put it on your paper. Anything that happens. Put it on the timer. That's one of the best ways to investigate Baxter's Grove. Get you a ghost box, spirit box, whatever you like to use, and put it down. Get your clipboard and your pencil out. Because I've seen spirits name the people coming in the gate.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll sit there, say a name, write down, and then write down who comes in.
There you
Couple
go.
walk in at 9 o'clock or whatever, whatever time you got, and just anything that happens, write it down, and then you can go back and check. Do you want to say that again, please, or whatever the circumstance is, write it down on clipboard. Have your nice clipboard so you can write plainly. Do I use somebody's back, and you don't have to have a table.
Yeah.
That's what I recommend to people who really want to go on a budget, because you can have a lot of fun that way.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And if you're not having fun when you're paranormal investigating, you're doing it wrong.
Right.
I agree.
Right. One other thing that we'd like to promote too while we're on here with you, anybody in the Chicagoland area in November, actually it's going to be November 21st through the 23rd. Us, along with a bunch of other paranormal investigators, are going to be at the Days of the Dead convention in Rosemont. And we're going to be on a panel on Friday night. Diet Renee is going to be there. Brittany Beckett is going to be there. Larry Eisler is going to be there. All kinds of paranormal investigators. They're calling it the Cryptid Convergence panel, even though we're mostly ghosts. But yeah, that's another great event where you can come out and meet us, and we'll be talking about a bunch of our experiences and sharing ghost stories.
Be sure and send me a banner or picture of that event to my Facebook page, and I'll share it out.
Yeah. As soon as we get them ready, I'll definitely do that.
You can be selling tickets to that event.
We're not selling tickets because it's a convention, but the convention will be selling the tickets.
Yep.
Okay, let me know how much that is, or is that set already?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's probably set already.
Send me the info.
I mean, that'll be at the Erie Crown Center in Chicago, out by O'Hare.
Yeah.
So Larry Eisler is going to be there.
Yeah, Larry's going to be there, and Diet and Brittany Beckett from Riverside Paranormal. I think that's it.
I think it's right.
Riverside, Iowa Paranormal, I think is
right.
their team.
Larry's worth going to see by himself.
Yeah.
I don't know what the price of admission is, but Larry's there. It's worth it.
Yeah. Larry is actually going to be coming out at the beginning of the evening on Halloween. He'll be there for a couple of hours because he's going to be interviewing Lorenzi's great-granddaughter.
Very good. Cool.
Yeah.
So you can't get enough of Larry Eisler. He is on the road constantly.
Oh yeah.
If you follow him on Facebook, and you should be, he's always he throws videos when he's on the road between locations to he'll keep you updated where he's going.
Yeah.
He's just an amazing person. At my age, I wish I had a quarter of his energy.
Right. Yeah, Larry's good people. He's
yes.
He's one of those guys that that's very knowledgeable, both on the technical side and the paranormal side. He's kind of modest about what he does on the paranormal side, and says he's mostly in it for the technical side because he partnered with his buddy Dan for a long time, and said that the paranormal side was mostly Dan's thing, but Larry's a very knowledgeable guy.
You're talking about Dan Norville.
Yes, Dan Novell. He's also a good friend.
I have been friends with him years.
Yeah,
I don't even know how long. We've talked back and forth for many years. He is another great guy, and I think Larry kind of used him as a mentor, and you couldn't get a better mentor.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
So, but you both people are outstanding in the paranormal field.
Oh yeah. So, but yeah, that's what we got going on then. Of course we're starting to book things up now for November, December, different locations that we're going to be investigating. So we try to keep things. We try to have at least one or two investigations every month. if we can.
There you go. I wish I had that kind of energy. But by the way, I was at the Roth house.
Yeah.
One of my last investigations before I left the Chicago area.
Okay.
Was done there. When did you go outside? Have you been outside and trying to investigate outside the building?
Yes.
Did you get anything?
Yes.
Yes.
We got mostly impressions and some images. As a matter of fact, during the seance, that the documentary that's going to be premiering on Sunday, Ed was to my right, and Chrissy Palmer was to my left, and we kept seeing a lot of silhouettes and images running along the bushes. And there was an image of an individual just leaning against a tree, just watching.
Yeah.
So there were a lot of children, I would say, more or less young teenagers that were there, spirit wise, just watching what we were doing.
Yeah.
So it was very, very interesting.
Yeah, I actually had a spirit box out in this. There's this gravel area back behind the house where they've got a table and stuff set up now. But it actually was the original where the swimming pool was. They filled in. That's what the gravel area is. They filled in the swimming pool, and we had a spirit box out there, and we were getting all kinds of activity on the spirit box out there. Now, the interesting thing is, well, first off, if you walk out, if you know anything about, I guess witches, covens, that type of stuff, you walk out behind the Roth house, and they've got this grove of trees out there that kind of forms like a circle. And I walked out there, and the first thing I said to Mike is, I go, this is a witch's circle. This is, you hear about witches dancing out in the forest in the moonlight. I go, this is what they're talking about right here. This grove, this is what they typically call a witch's circle, or a spirit circle type thing. So I don't doubt for a moment that back in the day when the Roths were there and whatnot, that they probably had like seances and things going on out in this grove of trees out behind there. But the interesting thing is that there's these two trees at the far end of that witch's circle, and they've got a little table with chairs on either side of it. And I go walking into walking over to where this table is, and because there's just energy all over this property. You can just you've been there, you can feel the energy around the whole place. Yes. You walk into where this little 6x6 section where this table and chairs are sitting, and it was like dead. It was like a dead zone. Like for whatever reason, this area was just like completely devoid of any energy.
It's like you walked into a bubble. And it seemed everything around you just went silent. It was really eerie and relaxing at the same time, because it just got silent.
Yeah.
It's just,
yeah. But the Roth house itself is amazing. They've got like an altar built into the brickwork on the back side of the house. You can tell by the way the windows and the doors and everything of the property is. The house was built for communicating with spirits.
Yeah. Yes. You can always, with a spirit box or something, pick up some kind of conversation.
Right.
In the rooms. The basement, I'm assuming you went down in the basement.
Yeah.
Basement was kind of a hot spot when I was there.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't. I tried not to spend too much time in the basement because my head basically went up between the rafters for the floorboards.
Yeah. You had to be on your knees.
Right.
Yeah. Now, you remember the intro that I played earlier? The picture of me standing there in a black vest with a flashlight in the hand, a camcorder in the other. That was taken in the basement.
I thought. Oh, wow. I thought that looked familiar.
Yep, it should have.
Yeah. So, but and of course, there's Asia's spirit has been there. We communicated with him the last time we were there. Of course, Lorenzi Venom is there. Mary Roth is still there. Their mother's still there. There's a little boy up on the second floor that kind of hides in the servant quarters. They believe he might be the son of a former servant that was on the property. I mean, there's all kinds of activity there. It's just it's well, the whole town. I mean, you drive into that town and it's like the moment we crossed into town, it was like Mike and I were like, what the heck was that? It's like like driving into a bubble of some sort that there's just this spiritual energy around the whole town.
Yeah, if you open your mind up when you go in town, I'd say everybody probably needs to put their protection up. But if you open up a little bit, just driving into town,
we
it.
weren't expecting that at all.
Yeah,
the hair on our arms stood up on the back of our neck. We got all goose pimply.
Yeah,
it was like walking. It was like driving into a big forest of spider webs.
The only other time that I can tell you that I've ever experienced that feeling driving into a town was the first time I drove into New Orleans. The first time I drove into New Orleans, my wife was sitting there watching me because she'd been there to New Orleans a couple of times before that. And she was watching me to see what kind of reaction I would have. And as soon as we crossed into New Orleans, I was like, whoa, what the heck? And she just started laughing at me.
You feel it too when you get into the quarter.
Oh, yeah. 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 I mean, I'm not a medium or a psychic by any chance, any stretch of the imagination, but I do feel energy. And
you don't have to be a psychic in New Orleans or at the Roth House. You flat don't.
Right.
Nope.
Right. But and then the other location that I've that I felt energy like that is Lilydale up in upstate New York.
Okay, that place I've never been to. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, sure. So Lilydale is a town that was built in the 1800s by spiritualists. It is actually the single largest community of spiritualists in the U.S. Now, there's another community of spiritualists down in Florida. And I can't think of the name of that town right off the top of my head. But Lilydale, in order to own property in the town, you have to be a spiritualist. And they have psychics and mediums that set up, put out signs in front of their houses that, you can come and book readings. And they've got this big auditorium thing where they'll do big, giant, group readings. And they've got a smaller auditorium where they'll do group readings. And they've got a healing temple and stuff like that. And in order to be somebody who's able to do readings in that town, they vet you through their medium board. They have a board of people of spiritual mediums and stuff that will sit there and vet you and test you to make sure that you actually know, what you're talking about and what you're feeling stuff. But it's an amazing little town. They've got a gorgeous Victorian era hotel. Every building in the town was built in the 1800s. From what I understand, just about every building in house there has at least one ghost in it. My friend Patty, my good friend Patty, she's an investigator out in New York. She's got a summer house there, and I stayed with her, and she's got a ghost in her house named Maddie. They've got and they've got all kinds of stuff there. They've got a fairy forest, where you can walk around the trails, and they've got like all these little fairy houses around. They've got a really cute, gorgeous lake where you can, kayak, and, got a little beach area there. And again, like I said, the hotel is amazing. Taps will actually go out and do a meet and greet there usually once a year. It's just an amazing town. For anybody who's into this type of stuff or is leastwise sensitive. I mean, you drive into the town, and it's like going into a bubble, and it's just it's just the most amazing, serene feeling of peace in this town. It's amazing.
Wow. So it's kind of a different energy there.
Yeah. I Len, if you're looking for a place to vacation, I'm telling you, check it out.
Well, I am more tempted to vacation down in New Orleans.
Yes, I love New Orleans.
You know, there's going to be a Paracon there next August. Actually, July 31st.
Actually, I saw your post about it, and I forwarded it to Mike, and and said, "Let's go." So I would actually love to go down there and see that.
Get one of the packages,
Mm-hmm.
and they will put you in one of several locations. The Voodoo House is amazing. It's got 2 or 3 spirits in the house back there.
Mm-hmm.
I've investigated there on 3 different times. It's an amazing place to go to. They also have a haunted closet at the Andrew Jackson Hotel. You saw on the that bed where my black hat was and some of the equipment during my intro, that was taken in a room at the Andrew Jackson.
Okay,
nice.
Let's go. The night times will be taken up for several hours, and then we're not talking about you going in there. You see somebody with a spirit box, and you go through about a 5, if you're lucky, 10-minute, but you do 5 or less, a ghost box investigation, and you move on.
Mm-hmm.
This is not how that works. They will put you in a place, sit you down for a couple of hours. You've got your equipment, use it.
Okay.
If you don't have equipment, they're going to provide a minimum of equipment. They're not going to provide everything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But bring a flashlight, bring a notebook, bring a clipboard, bring a couple of pens, and it's going to be a lot of fun. They'll put you in places for 2 to 3 hours. The closet at the Andrew Jackson, they put you in. You're surrounded by, kind of like I am here, a little bit of UV light, IR light, and open up a spirit box for you, and you will hear things.
Okay.
The room up top, 208, which is above the closet.
Mm-hmm.
The spirit, it's the spirit that's not that nice. He doesn't try to possess you or anything, but he's either a jokester or he's just a little bit rude. People don't like to stay in that room because lights are played with.
Nice.
This is supposed to be a room available for rent, and the place is supposed to be clean. But if you stay in there for very long, next thing you know, there's roaches crawling all over the place.
Oh.
Yes. And the lights will go up and down. The normal equipment malfunctions. It was fine when you walked in there, and you walk back out, it's fine. The Andrew Jackson is a trip.
Yeah.
There was a room very close to the closet in the courtyard where somebody was killed. Another one across the way is where they pulled a body out of there too over the years. They don't know if it was suicide or murder.
Oh, wow. Well, Mike has kind of got a reputation with our team that we give him crap for all the time. Yes, you. He if there is a ghost in a location that's kind of a jerk, they will find Mike and they will harass him or give him crap or.
Yep.
The principal down at. Have you ever been to Broadhead Manor?
No.
Okay, so Broadhead Manor is an abandoned school in Broadhead, Wisconsin. Right. Yeah. The principal,
Bill has it.
Yeah, that's Bill's place. Bill's a good friend. Actually, I'll be there on Saturday helping him build a bunch of stuff up this coming Saturday.
Tell him I said hello.
I will. I hang out over there all the time. But the principal really seems to enjoy when Mike comes to visit him.
Yep. Gives me a hard time.
He has given Mike the cold shoulder more than once. And when I say cold shoulder, we had Mike standing in the corner of the principal's office, teeth chattering, going, are you freaking kidding me? What the hell's
Mhm.
going on here?
I was sitting on the couch, and Alex, who was sitting next to me, he had a temp meter, and he said my temp dropped 2 degrees, and I was just shaking. I'm like, I can't do this. So I got up. Alan was doing the Estes session, and as I got up, he had no idea where everybody was. He didn't know I was sitting next to him. He was doing an Estes, and he yelled, "Michael, sit back down now!" And I'm like, "What? How did you know I was sitting next to you?" But I'm like, "Nope, can't do it." And I was I was frozen.
Yeah, but I guess you were.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if there's a ghost in this location that's a bit of a surly individual or
Yep.
kind of a jerk, Michael, find him.
Now,
Don't
are
me first.
some people say that it's the General Andrew Jackson or President Andrew Jackson, however you want to address him. But he has no real reason. He's never been to the Andrew Jackson Hotel. That place, before the hotel was built, it was a place for orphan children, specifically boys school. And you will hear and feel children's spirits running around.
Okay.
So I highly advise you going to the Andrew Jackson. I spent 2 nights there. I spent 2 nights in room 110, which shares a foyer with 208. 208, obviously, you got to walk up some stairs to get to, but it's right next to the closet.
All right.
Now, I almost called dibs for that room 208 if we ever go there. But when I hear roaches, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
He will try to freak you out with the roaches and with the lights. You turn on the lights kind of bright, he'll dim them. You put them on dim, they'll down lower. Next thing you know, that's he's messing with that.
Yeah.
If you're in the dark, the lights will occasionally flash. You don't really want to be in that room in total darkness.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. One of the best reasons to go out there, of course, is to meet with you in person. So
yes, I will be at this convention. I taught the guy who's doing it to doing it.
Okay.
That's a husband and wife team. She wanted to do a convention. He wasn't sure. So I was down there this past spring and talked him into it.
Okay.
So I don't have any money in it. I'm not running it. But I was one of the people Gwen said she's going to be there.
All right.
I was one of the people pushing him into doing it. My job will be podcasting the entire Paracon from the floor. And as many investigations as I can go into on the weekend.
Well, I'll tell you what, if they've got openings for speakers or whatnot, I'd love to bring some of our stuff from the Chicago and Wisconsin area up down there and show off, and
you can contact them. I think they're kind of busy, but there's also cancellations.
Yeah.
When you have months in advance like this is, somebody's going to drop out. Like I had to when I was supposed to go to the Rock Down.
Yeah.
My air conditioning completely crapped out, and I had to spend $4,000 on air conditioning. I didn't have any money to go to Wisconsin.
Right.
That's what happened to me. So stuff happens. So you gotta give them a contact.
All right,
okay.
Their website is New Orleans Paracon.com.
Okay.
Cool.
We'll definitely
Excellent.
check it out.
It's some nice people running it. Chris and Jennifer Talley. They're good people. They their specialization. They have a tour group that does ghost tours.
Okay, so they're like our friend Neil.
Yeah,
Graveside Paranormal. Yeah.
So they're doing the Paracon, very very much leaning toward the investigation of the Paracon.
Yeah. What's the name of their ghost tour company, by the way?
New Orleans Ghost Tours, I believe.
Okay.
Let me.
I'm wondering if it's the one I went on the last time I was out there.
Okay, let's see. I think it's under downloads. Nope, it's not under downloads. Okay, I'm gonna put two things in and put these in. When can throw them up?
Yeah.
Okay, Gwen, you throw one of those up, please, Gwen. There's your information.
Okay.
And people come, those watching live can, of course, go back and slow this video down and pause it and read their entire information right there. New Orleans Paranormal Society, right there.
All right. Cool.
They're the ones doing the con.
Excellent.
And by the way, the owner of this network is going to be one of the special guests.
Okay.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Gwen's going to be there. A couple of the podcasters off this network is going to be there. And they're already volunteering to come into the booth where I will be podcasting during the daytime and coming in and talking about what they're doing and what they're feeling. I will be, Latriana and Matt are going to be there.
Okay.
I will also be doing EchoVox sessions. If you never worked with the EchoVox, I will be doing demonstrations of the EchoVox. And in New Orleans, I have gotten a lot of responses from EchoVox. One of my visits to the Voodoo House, I was on a public tour. I was the tour guide knew she'd worked with me once before at the old wax museum. Knew that I knew what I was doing. And she said, let's go upstairs. Upstairs, they're just getting back open at that place. It's a 2-story building at the Voodoo House. And she took two or three, 4 people upstairs and left the majority, about 15, 18 people, downstairs with me. We were all sitting around. And she comes back in with the people. She came back upstairs. I said, did you get anything? She said, no, didn't get anything today. One of those empty sessions. They were all down there with us downstairs. And she heard Michael's voice. She said, oh my gosh, Michael, that's one of the main spirits there. I haven't heard your voice in so long.
Voice?
His name is Michael. He died of a drug overdose.
Oh.
And
sorry,
young in his very early 20s. And I contacted him a little bit, was talking to him via EchoVox. She walks in. I hadn't heard you talking a long time. Why haven't you been talking with me? And in front of the tour, the whole group that was there, she said, because you talk too much. Come over the EchoVox.
Wow.
And she just go, what? Well, if you don't want to talk to me, I'll just go back outside. She went back outside.
I've had a few spirits in the last couple of years tell me that, to be honest.
So that's just one of the things that I've gotten there.
Yeah.
And at this Paracon, they will sit you down on the very couch I was sitting on. And open it up, different paranormal equipment, and you will be. It's almost a guaranteed contact there.
Okay.
Absolutely amazing place. When I was at the Andrew Jackson again, not the 2 nights I spent there, but I was there this spring, and we were there for about an hour and a half. We just left the voodoo shop. And it turns out that one of the younger guys, a kid, I'm 14, 15, 16 maybe, come up and asked Chris, who is Toby? And Chris said, I've never heard that name here before. We're talking about somebody who goes there 2 to 4 nights a week. doing tours.
Mhm.
He said he'd never heard that name before. And I said, Chris, that's on me. Toby was a friend of mine that died several years ago. Hello, Bill. How's it going?
Hey, Bill, we were just talking about you.
Hi, Bill.
Speak of the devil, he walks in the room.
That's right.
But I had to admit that a friend of mine that died when I used to live in Georgia, he died when I was in Chicago, had followed, apparently keeping an eye on me, and had followed me down to New Orleans.
Okay.
New Orleans is kind of a crossroads.
Yeah.
It's kind of like an airline. One of their big main bases is that paranormal is like that, where you go down there, you don't know who you're going to talk to.
Yeah.
You may talk to somebody who died in New Orleans, lived in New Orleans, or somebody might be trailing you, an old friend like Toby.
Yeah. We last time we were down there, we were actually down there for the Witches Ball. It was the last year that they ran the Witches Ball, and then the year after that, the lady who organized it unfortunately passed away. They still do the Vampires Ball down there, but it was the last year for the Witches Ball. And we had actually got an Airbnb in this old Victorian mansion. The owner of the Victorian mansion subdivided it into 4 different apartments. We rented the one, and the Victorian mansion that our Airbnb was in was haunted. So we had all kinds of activity going on in there. Also, there was a ghost cat that kind of freaked me out, because I'm like, what the hell was? So it was like rubbing up on my legs and stuff. But we went to on one of the cemetery tours, where you get on the buses and they take you around all the different cemeteries. And we were walking down through the middle of, first of all, you walk into the one cemetery and they've got the big vaults right there where they have all the people from Hurricane Katrina in the vaults there. And then and when they were walking down this path, and my wife starts feeling all kinds of energy, and then that's when the tour guide happens to go, so this path happens to be where the mass grave is from the last time there was a plague, and they would just take wagons down through here and dump people into the pits on either side of the and
surprise.
And things just kind of got a little bit crazy from there, and the energy coming up from the ground and everything, and the whole energy of the whole town is just amazing. I mean, it really is.
Get your tickets. They got all kinds of packages with all kinds of niceties. It will be the main event. Now, sure, it's hot as Hades. In fact, Hades is a vacation spot next to New Orleans during the summer.
Yeah, but when I told my wife that we were thinking about going down there for the Paracon, she looked at me and goes, "Are you crazy?" She goes, "The devil doesn't vacation in New Orleans in July and August."
Oh.
Exactly. You go out of the hotel, you will experience near 100 degrees temperature and near 100% humidity.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's a combination you don't want to experience.
Yeah.
Unless they're a southerner like me that's kind of used to it.
Yeah.
I was born in the River Valley. In fact, Columbus, Georgia, my hometown, is further south than I am now. I'm used to upper 90s in both humidity and temperature.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something, that's a bad day. But it's held it's being held in the Crown Plaza. They have nice rooms. They do have a pool where you can chill out and relax. I will be podcasting from the pool. I'll give me a little floaty, and I'll be on my phone podcasting. I told on the show the other day when we were talking to Jennifer Talley, that I will wear a shirt. I'm not going to scare people. I'm 69 years old. Nobody wants to see a 69-year-old man with no shirt.
Right.
Can always draw a face there.
Bill's got it right.
Yeah.
Bill knows what he's talking about there. It will take your breath away or you're struggling to breathe. And the lungs don't like that much humidity. You like a little bit of humidity. 75% is about as much as the human body wants. You get much above that, and it doesn't want any more humidity.
Yeah.
Especially when there's no way to get out of it. So this is the reason the Paracon is being held where it is. There's no other events going on. They have a 2-month break in New Orleans where there's no parades and no holidays. That's July and August. He's got it right in the middle of the two of them, starting July 31st. So there's no other events going on. You're not going to have the crowds. You're not going to have the big parades. You can rent the area a little bit cheaper or go down early, stay at a different hotel. That's fine. But most of the events are going to be held inside, except the investigations at night. Now, most of the locations are not cooled. It'll still be 77, 78 degrees. So bring your t-shirts, your tank tops, and your shorts. Bring your walking shoes, and do not bring a car.
No. Don't need one.
Don't bring a car.
Nope.
I cannot emphasize that enough. There's a metro train. They can go right there. Amtrak. They got a big nice airport. Fly down, catch you an Uber to your hotel. Because you're not going to need a car while you're staying there, and there's no need parking your car for 3 or 4 days and paying through the nose to have that car just sitting there in a parking lot.
Yeah,
for a couple of days.
Yeah, that was the nice thing about the Airbnb is we just parked in their driveway and just left the car there the whole time. And the trolley stop was right outside the Airbnb, so we just did the trolley thing the whole time we were there.
Well, the Crown Plaza is on Canal Street. You do have the trolley in the center of the road.
Yeah.
Right there on the edge of the quarter. Everything is in. The blocks are short. Everything's in kind of walking distance. John Lafitte's is a little bit of a hike because kind of the other side of the quarter. The quarter's not that big.
Yeah.
And if you want to learn about John Lafitte's, I did. Well, we talked about it last Thursday when I was talking to Jennifer. And I had on Friday, excuse me. I had her on a special show. Thursday, I didn't have a guest, and we talked about New Orleans, and I talked a lot about the John Lafitte blacksmith shop.
Yeah, I haven't been there yet. I've been to Pirates Alley. I've been to, I've been on the tour and been to the one bar where they've got the lady who likes to steal the money from the men and give it to the women. And, and I've been to, I walked past the one restaurant where they keep the table for the original owner. I don't remember what that's called. But and of course we walked all around the Garden District and the Garden District is just amazing and gorgeous.
That's stunningly beautiful.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I haven't been to John Lafitte's yet.
Beware of the purple drink.
I've heard that.
The purple drink?
The purple drink,
no.
Yeah.
Drank. DRANK.
Okay.
Do not sell the purple drink. They're not going to sell you one. You go in there and ask for a purple drink, they're going to look at you. What? Huh? What are you talking about? You mean? Do you mean drank? No, you don't. But you said drink. You got to get drank out, and it's basically. If we've all been to 7-Elevens, it's basically a purple grape icy. But it's got enough rum in it where you could almost burn it in your car.
Yeah.
And if you sit there and you drink 2 of those too quickly, one, you're going to have brain freeze. So you're going to have a major headache to start with. And when you finish that second one and decide you got to go to the little boy's room, and you stand up, don't stand up very quickly, and try to find your wall to lean against, because it will hit you, and it will hit you hard. The hurricanes there, Jennifer liked the hurricanes. I do not like the hurricanes, but they are equally potent.
Yes, I love the hurricane.
And with the purple drink, it does give you a bad hangover the next morning. The only way to cure that hangover is to go eat you a big breakfast, drink some water, and then
Daisy Dukes.
Walk down Bourbon Street in your Daisy Dukes or your short pants or in your tank top.
No, breakfast at Daisy Dukes.
Oh, there. Yeah.
You've got Daisy Dukes, Len?
I've got some very short shorts, and you want to try to find the shortest shorts you can get.
Yeah. Mike, they've got this restaurant down there in the quarter called Daisy Dukes. And let me tell you, they have the best Southern breakfast I have ever had. We're talking grits and eggs, and bacon and hash browns and pancakes and the bar is open from the moment they wake up. So they open up. So you can drink while you're eating your breakfast.
That's what I was going to say is the cure when the purple drink gives you a hangover for the next day. Go on Bourbon Street, walk up to the one of their little closet bars, and get you a hand grenade.
Oh God!
Oh Lord!
It comes in a green ball, green thing about that big. You got a hand grenade about that big around. It will cure your hangover.
I'm sure.
If you drink more than one of those between breakfast and lunch, you're going to have a very interesting lunch.
Yeah. Yeah.
And don't fall for the common gag down there. I don't know if you run into it about people walking up to you and saying, "I bet you I can tell you where you got your shoes."
Bet you can't.
And that's the usual answer. I bet you can. Where did I got my shoes? And they will say, "You got your shoes on your feet in New Orleans."
Yeah.
And then they'll take your money from the bet, and then they'll try to shine your shoes, regardless of what kind of shoes you got on.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
So beware of the little cons down there.
Yeah. And
they'll also say how many. I bet I can tell you how many kids your daddy has. And the answer to that is, you'll make your bet. Okay, I got 2 brothers and sisters, 3 kids. No, your daddy didn't have the kids. Your mama did.
Ooh, nice bill.
There you go.
Wow.
There are several good places. Fried chicken and waffles smothered in sausage gravy. I like my eggs sunny side up.
Okay.
Because you got the yolk, easy. And then I want a biscuit, and sop up or a piece of toast, and then sop up the excess yolk, and eat it that way.
There you go.
I'm making myself hungry.
Yeah, you're making me hungry too.
You're making me hungry.
we may all be. Now. Yeah, we may all be looking for eggs and toast and waffles in a few minutes. But the kind of what would you really? We've been at this for an hour and a half.
Yeah, I see that. That's all right.
Anything that we haven't if Gwen would please throw up that banner again, we can kind of harp on that. Right there. I'm sure there's a little information there. And the best way to contact them is to contact Graveside Paranormal.
Graveside Paranormal, yes. Either by their Facebook page or their website. Like I said, they've got all kinds of activities going on all throughout October. But this one is near and dear to our hearts because we'll be running it. But $120, you get these 2 amazing locations. You get pizza. Our medium Chrissy's going to be there. The family of Lorenzi Vellum is going to be there. And it's going to be an amazing time. It's going to be a great time. And I'm so looking forward to it, and I'm super excited to bring this out and show people these 2 amazing locations. The museum itself. First off, the Roth House is gorgeous. It's a gorgeous house, and that museum. You can kind of see the image of the museum there. But if you go to the Old Courthouse Museum Watsika website, they've got pictures of the museum there. The courthouse is just a gorgeous building, absolutely gorgeous. And the lady who curates it, Diana, she's a sweetheart. We absolutely love her to death. She's awesome people.
All right, and of course that is October 31st on Halloween, 7 p.m. to 3 a.m.
Yep.
I'll be sending you the link to the show I'll be doing on Halloween.
Okay.
So you can come in at your leisure, whenever you got a break.
Yeah.
I'd be glad to, if Larry wants to stop in and say hello.
Okay.
That's fine. If you want to bring some of the other guests, some of the family members on, I'd be glad to talk with them for 5 minutes. No great big thing like tonight, an hour and a half show. I'm not talking about running an hour and a half show with just you or some of your guests. You got other things to do.
Right.
But just making a short appearance when you got 5 or 10 minutes. Because to be honest, I want to have 2 or 3 other people who are also doing investigations on Halloween. Drop in, so I can just kind of go in and out, like running a TV news show. I bring in one person to report in one area. A few minutes later, I bring in somebody else and talk about another area.
There you go.
Nice.
So that's what I'm going to try to be doing on Halloween. And I'm going to, Gwen, I think, is ready. If we were married, she'd be ready to divorce me because I'm making her work on Halloween.
Yeah.
So she's probably going to kill me before this month's over.
I doubt that.
Gwen runs all these different
words.
Gwen runs all these different podcasts. She's probably one of the hardest working girls I know in the paranormal. So I mean, give her all the kinds of props we can. But she'll get it done.
Yep, she'll do it. Like she says, we will make it work.
Yeah. And
she's a great person. I absolutely love this network. Gwen is a fantastic person. She was just saying, Letriana is also a super person. I absolutely love her. I've not met her husband yet or talked with him, but I hear people say he's a nice guy.
All right.
So, anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
No, I mean we're just
covered it all.
We're covering it all. I've been going through the footage from the last time we were at the Watsika Museum, and we've been posting out all kinds of clips on our website. So on our Facebook page. So if you get the opportunity, go to the SPIRE Paranormal Facebook page, check out the clips. I'm sure I'll be posting more between now and Halloween. And just follow, like, subscribe, and I mean we're out there. We're our bread and butter isn't necessarily going to all the really popular haunted places. Our thing is we actually do a lot of residential investigations. I've actually been talking to a lady who's got a place out on the southern side of Chicago about going in and investigating her house because she's got all kinds of stuff going on. We've investigated a house in Chicago that they actually have a bar from the original Cubby Bear bar and grill in the basement, and there was all kinds of activity there. So I mean, if you're in the Chicago area or Wisconsin or Indiana or anything nearby, and you've got something going on in your house, reach out and contact us. We don't charge to come and investigate your house.
Nope.
We do a vetting process where we come in with just a couple of us and no cameras and kind of get a feel for what's going on there. And then if it warrants a full-on investigation, then we'll do that. If you've got a business location that you think is haunted or there's activity, we don't charge for this. We do this because we want to learn. We love doing it. And we will come out and investigate your business completely free of charge. And that's our bread and butter. That's what we like to do. Now, we do have, if you go on our Facebook page and to our website, ghostlyspire.com, we've got links to our Spire store. If you want to support the team and send a little bit of money our way, buy our merch. We've got awesome t-shirts and hats and cups and all kinds of stuff out there. That's how you can support us, and you know, that's how you can help us keep doing what we love to do.
Okay. I'm assuming the T-shirts and your cups have that little tiny green logo. Was that banner?
Yes.
Yeah, my daughter actually designed
there.
that. Yeah.
Yep.
My daughter actually designed that. She is a college student graphic artist, and she designed that for us. We also have our original team's logo on there. So when we first started, when I first started forming this team, Len, I was bringing a group of coworkers from where I worked up to Broadhead, along with some other people that I knew, and because I was playing around with the idea of starting this team, and Bill Walter he's like, "What's the name of your team?" I go, "We don't have a name. We're just a group of people coming out to investigate." He goes, "No, you got to have a team name. What's the name of your team?" I went, "Spirit Hunting Investigation Team." He goes, "So you're shit paranormal?" And I went, "Yes, we are."
Do you have a logo for that yet?
We do, and it's on it, and we sell T-shirts with it on it,
and hoodies.
Yes.
So you have shitty clothing.
We have shitty clothing.
Yes, we do.
Yes, and we've got our we have a one of our paranormal or one of our teammates has a chocolate lab named Hazel, and she will actually come out and investigate with us and point out all the ghosts for us. And so we've got the K9 paranormal investigator T-shirts out there. We got a bunch of different stuff out there. I mean, it's a lot of really nice merch on our Spotify store.
Well, it sounds excellent. Do you have any other team members besides the two of you care to name real quick?
Oh yeah, we've got our medium Chrissy Clokey. She's amazing. Alex Clark is another one. We've got Charlene Hall. We've got Mike and Terry Van. I can never remember what their last name is. We've got another Alex
Van Bladel.
Van Bladel, thank you. We've got some of our newest people. We've got Darren and Jesse comes out every once in a while. She's kind of one of our part timers. We've got a whole bunch of people that are on our team. And
my two sons.
Right, his two sons. SPIRE. The word SPIRE actually stands for the Society for Paranormal Investigation, Research, and Evidence. And so I built the team to be kind of a society type thing where anybody who wants to come out and investigate with us can. We are set up so that if some of our members want to go out and investigate with other people, they can freely. I don't want anybody to think that they're restricted for, if you're a member of SPIRE, you can only investigate with us. We want it to be a community. And so, Rez is going to be coming out to the Roth House investigation with us and investigating with us on Halloween. And that's the way that we do things. So that's, we've got a core group of about 10 to 12 of us. But then we've got kind of our extended SPIRE family. That's a good sized group. It's hard to keep groups like that together nowadays. Well, not everybody can come out and investigate all the time. So, you keep your core group of 10 to 12, and maybe 5 or 6 of us can come out on an investigation at any given time. You got the ego start bouncing off each other, and that's the thing is we have very little drama. We have very little ego. Nope. You're blessed. Yeah.
No drama, no egos. They give me a hard time all the time, which is fine. I can take it. But that's pretty much it. The other thing that Ed hasn't mentioned is that we do something that we call a learn and investigate. So we have people that want to do an investigation that's never been out on an investigation before. So we've taken small groups out with us. They pay to get in these locations the same as us. They go on the tour, we show them
Mhm.
how to use the equipment, and then we allow them to lead the investigation so they can get the experience just the same way we do.
Yeah.
So, and it's been pretty successful. We've had 5 or 6, and it's been pretty good.
We'll definitely have more.
Definitely.
Well, Captain Kirk in one of the movies, I believe it was Wrath
Yep.
of Khan, said it
Mhm.
best when he was talking to a Vulcan. He said, "We learn by doing." Talking about humans.
Yep.
That's right. That's right.
And that's just part of our species. We learn by doing.
Right.
Yep.
My whole team, I was the only, me and our medium Chrissy are the only ones who had any previous paranormal investigation experience. My
Mhm.
whole team, Mike, Alex, Charlene, all of them, they all started 2-3 years ago investigating with me at Broadhead Manor because
Mhm.
I basically was working at Abbott Labs and walking up to people going, "Hey, you like ghosts?"
That's how we met.
And I've got
Oh, wow.
I've got a feeling for who has the knack for this. I've got a feeling because I'll walk up to somebody and be like, start talking to them about ghost stuff, and they'll be like, "Oh, I've always been interested in that." And those are the people that I invited to come out and investigate and join our team, and so far we've been very successful and just having a ball, and we don't take ourselves too seriously. I mean, we joke around. I I bought a bunch of these animal face masks for the Estes thing, which Mike refuses to wear, but
Nope, ain't wearing them.
But I've gotten a couple people to wear them. I've got, but it's just stuff like that, and we joke around and we joke around with the ghosts and we joke around with each other and we have a great time.
Yeah, I found that you can get a spirit to talk to you quicker instead of using threats. Well, I'm going to leave. I don't want to talk to you anymore. If you're not here, don't say something about 1, 2, 3, count of 5, whatever.
Yeah,
I've got more success going just having a good time, keeping it light, making a funny crack once in a while.
Yep.
And next thing you know, the spirit won't. You walk in the room, the spirit wants to talk to you.
Yeah. We don't provoke. We don't, I
Nope.
I don't subscribe to what I call the dude bro bullshit. Or the running around, screaming and everything's a demon and blah blah blah. No, we don't do that type of thing. We're we keep it light, we keep it fun. We keep it we're serious when we need to be serious, but we have a good time.
There you go. And I think we can end it right there. That's a beautiful ending to it. Ed, Mike, it's been a pleasure talking with you. And I look forward to hearing from you on Halloween.
All right. Sounds good, Len.
All
Thank
right.
you so much.
I'm
having us.
also inviting the Doss House. They've got a thing going on at their place.
Oh,
Halloween.
nice.
So it could be an interesting I'm putting myself as a target here. Because in the past, you've seen that happen on TV where somebody would try to link 2 or 3 places in co-investigations and link them together by talking. And a lot of times it goes bad. Not because technology, it's because all of a sudden the gremlins come out. Hello, Nicole. How are you doing?
Yeah.
But the gremlins come out and something goes wrong. And next thing you know, the whole thing collapses. But I want to try.
All right.
And hook several places up. I think I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a good time. We'll see. Hopefully nothing happens to me or Gwen.
Right.
Nope. Nothing will happen.
But it's like I said, it's been a pleasure, guys. Look them up on the internet. You have a YouTube page.
We do. Ghostly. I think it's Spire Team on YouTube. It's the link is on our Facebook page and on our website.
Okay.
GhostlySpire.com.
The thing about Facebook, they only keep videos 30 days now, and they take them down.
Right.
So best put your videos on YouTube and let them be stored.
Yeah, we've only got a few videos on YouTube. I've got a bunch more that I'm getting ready to put on there. It's just it's been a bit of a learning curve for me to learn how to do video editing, but And I've tried to bring other people into the team to do video that like to do video editing, and some of them have lasted for a little while, but some of them are like, it's a lot of work.
It is. It is a tremendous amount of work. That intro video that you saw, the first part of the show, that's the first video I tried to put together.
Yeah.
And it's got a few glitches in it. It's not quite right. I want to go kind of rework it, retime it.
Yeah.
One thing I want to do is insert a baby crying when I'm showing the picture of Libby May. And by the way, that was an official document put out after she died. Where it's signed, I believe that's in John's handwriting, if I'm not mistaken. Where she was buried at Baxter's Grove. That's a piece of an official document. Okay. But anyway, I wish you luck, whatever you do, and I'll talk to you on Halloween.
All right, sounds good.
Thank you.
But good night to both of you. If you want to stick around a little bit, we can chit chat. Or if you got to go, you can go ahead and go.
Yeah, I've got time.
But if you want to hang around, we can chit chat a little bit.
Okay.
It's kind of off air.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks a lot for everybody stopping by, and everybody who watched the show live. Thank you for being here. Anybody watching on record, thank you for being here, there, yonder, wherever. And if you're watching on YouTube, like, share, and subscribe, please. And we'll see you at the next haunted location. Next week, I am having Mystic Whispers podcast. That's another podcast from the West Coast, and I'm going to have them on the show next week. The next week after that, I've got Annie Waters coming up. So that's what I'm going to be doing the next couple of weeks. And of course, I've got not only the Halloween show on the 31st, but I also do Days of the Dead show 1st and 2nd. Still looking for people who know more about the Days of the Dead 1st and 2nd November than I do, so you can sit here and tell us all about what you're supposed to do on those 2 days. I'm going to try to get as much information as I can myself and do it. But like I said, see you later. Y'all have a great week. See you next Thursday. Good night.